talking, but Zock Gaming. My name is Jay. Welcome to our internet show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Zock Gaming Podcast. I am Jay Dubious, your host for the evening. Joining me, as always, is Donovan of No Clip Gaming.
Hello, people.
And Josh of Missouri.
Hey, howdy, hey.
I think we have a pretty good show planned out for tonight, and we're going to go ahead and start today's episode with what we start every episode with, is the What Have You Been Playing Lately segment. Josh, what have you been playing lately?
Well, continuation of Skyrim from when last time we talked. Game's pretty good. And I just started playing through Paper Mario Thousand Year Door again.
Which one's that? Which system is that?
GameCube. It's the GameCube one.
I didn't play that one. Have you played the Wii one?
Super Paper Mario?
I think I don't remember what exactly
yeah,
was called.
I have that one. I forget what it's called too, but the one with like Fractale and shit.
Yeah.
I never did play that one. My roommate who had a Wii, I never actually had a Wii. I played everything on the Wii on his. Played it. He said it's pretty good, but it looked like, I mean, it wasn't really the standard RPG. It's sort of an action RPG with RPG elements kind of thing. Whereas Thousand Year Door was more like the original Paper Mario, where it was just a pretty standard turn-based RPG battle system.
Is it just me, or are the Paper Mario games not as good as Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo?
I think that seems debatable. I mean, Quest for 7 Stars is amazing, but I think Paper Mario is pretty solid, personally.
I would agree on the first one. Paper Mario was a really good game. I really liked the concept. The graphic style was really cool. I liked all the little jokes they put in, how everybody's 2D. But that game was just so easy.
Oh, yeah.
That was my big complaint with it. It was just so easy.
General is a pretty good word for it.
Thousand Year Door it did kick up the difficulty a little bit, especially they had a little optional dungeon at the end, which part of it actually was legit fairly difficult. So I definitely enjoyed that. The story was a little more expansive. And it was just, I don't know, I bought it when it came out on the GameCube way back when, played through it, loved it, and then loaned it to a friend and never saw it again.
Bummer. That happens to so many games.
That was before I really learned to always get collateral.
With the handheld series, what is it, Mario and Luigi?
Oh,
those
yeah,
are RPGs.
Those are really good.
Dude, those are a lot of fun.
I haven't dove into either of them. There's 3 of them now, isn't there?
Yeah, there's Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, then Mario and Luigi Partners in Time or something like that. That's on DS, and it has the babies, and it'll often use the split screen to have adult and Mario and Luigi and then baby Mario and Luigi do different things. That one was good. I didn't think the second one was as good as the first. It was a little more ambitious, but I think it might have been over ambitious in a couple of its mechanics and stuff. It was still a solid game. It was really good. And then the one for the DS, the later one for the DS, Bowser's Inside Story, was really good.
Yeah, Bowser's Inside Story is fucking sick. That game
is fantastic.
So there's one for the Advance and then 2 for the DS, I take it? Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think there might be 3 because I think there's 2 in Partners in Time. I think it's
because I remember
games.
that was
they released
fairly
another
early.
one. I swear to God, I'm 90% sure that like within the past year they released another Partners in Time. So I think there's 2 in the Partners in Time series, and then Bowser's Inside Story.
But they're all pretty much in the same sort of genre, the way that your attacks work.
Gameplay wise and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rad.
They're really good games, and yeah, I mean, if you have a DS or anything like that, definitely check them out, because I mean, it's the closest thing that really I've seen them getting back to Super Mario RPG.
I mean, especially with like Bowser's Inside Story, like you just get to play so many characters too and so many locations. Like I was surprised how much actual gameplay I got out of playing it, like in a pretty serious way.
I liked a lot of the mechanics they let you do. Like that's the first game I think I played on the DS that has you hold the DS sideways, like kind of like a book.
Oh yeah, there's tons of cool stuff in that game.
Planet Puzzle does that too, and I don't like handling the DS like a book because it seems like the screen's always fucking up.
I didn't have a problem with that with Bowser's Inside Story. I mean, it's really only for like 1 or 2 scenes. It's mostly just kind of funny, but basically, I mean, they definitely have like a lot of the partner attacks and a lot of the other special attacks really get fairly creative.
Oh, my favorite.
With how you interact with the DS itself to power up the attacks. Like you know how like in Super Mario RPG, not everything was just like time the A button and keep bouncing. There was like Bowser was like rotate the control pad and
or you had to mash it or something like
mash it. Yeah, they really use like all of the DS's functionality to kind of make the attacks fairly interesting and really varied.
Nothing wrong with that.
I just really like the gameplay too. Like I remember the first time I was playing as Bowser, and I like inhaled enemies and then beat them up with Mario and Luigi like in the stomach. I was like, oh man, that's fucking awesome! Like.
So is the Mario and Luigi series more related to Mario RPG, or is it more related to the Paper Mario series?
Definitely Mario RPG. I mean, it has nothing to do with the Paper Mario series because in Paper Mario, one of the big things is everything is paper. It's all 2D. I mean, hell, in the Paper Mario series, you fold yourself into a paper airplane to get places. And I think it was the original Paper. I can't remember if it was the original Paper Mario or Thousand Year Door. It had probably one of my favorite jokes in a video game ever. Mario's in like a place trying to steal a key or something from the bad guys, and bad guys start coming to the house. He's like, oh, where do I hide? Where do I hide? Wait a minute. And he just turns sideways to face the camera like that, so he's invisible.
Oh, that's funny.
and the bad guys walk in, don't see him, and walk out, and he turns back around.
I haven't played through any of them completely, but I gotta say, at least the Wii one, and then I played a bit through the N64 one. I have it on the Virtual Console. They're definitely clever games.
Oh yeah, they definitely really have a lot of really good ideas. I just think they're fairly easy, but yeah, they're really clever. Thousand Year Door basically takes Paper Mario 64, the 64 one, and just improves in every single aspect possible.
Sounds good to me. There's a lot of gems like that on the GameCube that I think a lot of people skipped over because a lot of people didn't buy the GameCube.
Oh man, Luigi's Mansion.
Oh yeah, that game was fantastic.
Yeah,
So
short,
yeah,
and wonderful.
Literally, that is like the only criticism you can possibly make for that game is that it's too fucking short. Like literally, that you can't really make any other complaints. Yeah, I have. It's really good too.
The one that it's 3DS, right?
Yeah, it's 3DS. A lot of people's main complaints with it is they don't like the way that it's set up because there's like a hub system where you'll go like each one of the mansions and then each of the mansions have different chapters in it. It's set up like that. And I don't really have a problem with it because I'm used to playing games like fucking Devil May Cry where you go back and grind the chapter over and over again to get the best score you can. But as far as like it feeling like Luigi's Mansion game that's, actually long, it absolutely does. There's 5 mansions, it's the same thing. There's tons of shit to vacuum up. Your vacuum has a bunch of new functions and stuff too. There's more ghosts. Like it's very much a full-fledged sequel.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play that. So how does it control? Because I remember with the C-Stick back in the day with the original Luigi's Mansion, you use that to like spin Luigi around or whatever. So how do you do it now with the 3DS?
The way that you do it with the 3DS is that you use the left stick to move, and then there's a lock-on function. So you'll hold, I can't remember which one off the top of my head now because I stopped playing it when Animal Crossing came out. I think it's L, but you'll like hold L when you're facing a ghost and he'll lock on, and then you hold like R to start the vacuum or whatever it is, and so you can lock onto the ghosts, and that's how you'll rotate with them. Then you can use the left stick to pull back and fight and try to pull them different directions and so forth, so on, just like in the first Luigi's Mansion. And he still whistles, which is the big thing for me. That's all I care about.
I always love the nervous humming in the
no, seriously, that's the best part when he's just walking around. It's just so great. I mean, when you think about atmospheres in a game, like Luigi's Mansion is so underappreciated just because it's so goofy. But thematically, it's perfect. Like really. I mean, you can't make any complaints. The lighting's great, the music's great, the set pieces are great, the way you interact with everything is just so much fun, and the DS version keeps a lot of that intact in a really, really good way.
And for it actually being a GameCube tech demo, theoretically, I mean, that's what it was made for originally, was to be a GameCube tech demo. It's a fucking good game.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
I mean, it really was Nintendo putting their best foot forward because it was their first console that they didn't have a Mario release. I mean, it was Luigi, so it was in the Mario universe, but it was not a platformer-style Mario game
It wasn't
that launched with the console.
Yeah, and there was the whole fiasco with people hating Sunshine because they're idiots.
Such misplaced hate.
Dude, I know it doesn't like. I remember being like, okay, Mario Sunshine. I don't know about that. I guess I'm gonna play this game and then being
Yeah,
like, this
the
is such a
time.
good Mario. What are people talking about? Like,
I remember when I first moved to the city that me and Donovan went to high school in, the first thing I moved into my house, which I was staying at about a week before my mom got there, it was my junior year, and the first thing I moved in was a TV, a GameCube, and fucking Mario Sunshine.
Dude, it's so good. Like, people hate on it so much just because it's really ham-fisted about the whole save the Earth motif, you know? It's not really subtle about it. But, like, gameplay-wise, that game fucking rocks.
Oh yeah, I was really hesitant about the flood thing. You know, basically Mario being able to hover. That seems like it'll make it super super easy. And you do all those stages where they take the pack away from you. You're like, yeah. I don't know. The game was it was pretty. I mean, I love the bright, vibrant colors, especially when
Yeah, it was a
everything
great
getting
palette
into
for
the
Mario.
especially when it was getting into the stuff where there's a lot of the grittier modern RPGs and shooters, and there was a lot of the gray and brown that we still see today. So it's nice having an actual bright, colorful game. The music was great. The set pieces were great. Still has some of the best looking water I've ever seen.
So just wondering, what are your guys' favorite 3D Mario game?
Ooh.
Personally, Sunshine. I don't think it's the best, but it's my personal favorite. I just had a lot of fun playing it.
Sounds legit.
Well, fuck me, eh? That's a tough question. I mean, I can say Sunshine just because we're ranting about it, but 64 is so good in so many ways. Especially if you're going for like a full completion, like all of the red coins and all that. Like, there's so much content in that game.
What'd you think of the Galaxy series?
Oh,
honestly,
another good point.
I
Galaxy
think
2
Galaxy might be my favorite, maybe. I don't know. I would prefer if it didn't have the wonky rattle the controller to go through those star things, But if it didn't have that, it's really, really, really good.
There's a lot of super good stuff in Galaxy 2 as well, not to mention the face ship itself.
I haven't played Galaxy 2, unfortunately. I've only played Galaxy 1.
Well, I mean, they're like the same caliber. They really are. I mean, I didn't even think about those because I was just thinking about GameCube and N64. But yeah, those games are great. Oh man, the cloud power up, and it's just what I really like about those games when you think about it is the level design, because it's a 3D Mario, but they really went like vertical with it, and you don't necessarily see that in a lot of 3D games. Period. I mean, that was part of the reason I really like Dishonored so much, was there was so much vertical climbing and exploring. And it was one of the reasons I really like Galaxy too, was there was just a lot of vertical space to play with. And that was fucking fun.
And it's nice to see it with the graphics on the Wii too.
Also, Super Mario 3DS was really, really good too. I haven't played the second one, the one that's all about the coin blocks and all that shit. But the first Super Mario 3DS was actually really good. It was the first time I really remember playing my 3DS and being like, I feel like using 3D is actually pretty good in this game, because it's not like a constant utilization thing, right? But there are bonus stages, right, that are literally optical illusions. So it'll just look like a cube, right?
Like a magic eye or something?
Yeah, it'll look like a flat cube, but the second you put it into 3D, you'll actually see like which parts are raised and which parts are the platforms, and like to run across and grab the star. And it's really, yeah. I mean, cool. I thought
that's a good use of 3D.
Yeah, like it was a really cool feature. It was like nice, gentle integration. It didn't feel really forced and felt super natural and fun. So honestly, I mean, my vote might be Mario 3DS just because it's really, really good.
I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know if it's Galaxy or Mario 64. It's really hard to decide between. Mario 64 just revolutionized the platforming genre in the late 90s. And I think, honestly, that had to have been one of the most influential games just towards the 3D gaming genre in general. You know what I mean?
If I remember right, when that was still before it had come out, didn't you hear something about that, Jay? And you were like, "Oh man, that's gonna be terrible. And Mario's not gonna work well in 3D." It was way back in the day, of course.
Well, I remember I didn't expect it to be good, but then back in the day before the N64 was released, 5 months prior, they had this promotion at a Toys R Us. At I don't think it was every Toys R Us, but it was like a touring thing where they would bring in all these N64s for people to play. And I remember being at the Toys R Us in Columbia, and me and my mom went out and we checked out fucking Mario 64, and it blew my mind. And it was right after I bought a fucking Virtual Boy.
Oh, there's the 1-2 knockout.
What? That sucks, dude.
Yeah,
I spent
I spent my entire life savings on a Virtual Boy and all the Virtual Boy games, and then the N64 game came out the year after.
Well, at least you have the entire game collection for the Virtual Boy.
Well, except for Nestor's Funky Bowling, which no one can afford.
I've never even heard of that. I think you just made that up. I don't know if that's
It's
real.
it was.
I'll be honest. There's only 2 Virtual Boy games I even know of. So.
Did you guys ever read Nintendo Power when you were kids?
Oh yeah.
No, I got Sony, bro.
I had a subscription.
So you remember Nestor, the mascot for the early, like the '90s issues of Nintendo Power?
If I saw him, I probably would. I don't remember the name off the top of my head.
He was always in the. There was like a comic in every issue, and it was always about what Nestor was up to, and he was usually playing the newest Super Nintendo or NES game. And Nestor's Funky Bowling is actually the only appearance he ever had inside of a video game, which is an extraordinarily rare Virtual Boy game.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, I do remember.
If the best example of Nestor nowadays is if you happen to have a copy of the final issue of Nintendo Power, which ended I think last year-ish or something like that, there's actually a fairly emotional comic actually at the end of it of Nestor turning off the lights to his game collection room at the end of the final Nintendo Power.
I actually remember reading that comic. It was on, I think it was Art Gaming is what I read it on.
Yeah, he's like showing his kid a bunch of his retro shit.
Yeah. That was totally it then.
It's
I remember that.
Man, it was quite the end of an era to see Nintendo Power go out.
I remember your cousin eating the cover of the Mega Man special issue.
The fucking Mega Man 12th. Yeah, they had that one special issue every month.
He
And
ate
it had-
it? What the fuck?
Yep. It was awesome. Like it was like this metal silver color, and it was like embossed and had raised stuff on it. It was really good looking.
Yeah, it was
apparently
Mega Man
cousin,
X1.
his cousin that was like what three or 4 years old. Like
Dude, that kid's in school he's getting a fucking MD right now, dude.
that's bad.
And
I need to
think
eat more
started out
magazine
his
covers.
goddamn life eating my fucking magazines. What a little asshole. Dude, I also had this super special edition Lego train back in the day.
Did he eat that too?
No, he smashed it. He smashed it without me knowing and stuffed all the pieces under my fucking radiator. So
Well,
it
that's
just
a pretty
ended
good
up,
hiding place.
it
That
ended
kid
up
got
just
away with
being this.
everything too.
It was this mess of plastic on the carpet just melted, and it's like, okay. And the only way you could have gotten this train piece was being a member of the Lego fan club back in like 1996. Irreplaceable.
Dude, I like how mad you sound about it now. You're just like, it makes my nerd Jimmy's rustle so hard.
To this day, fuck that kid.
All the collectibles.
Dude.
But it was out of its packaging, Jay. It didn't have any real worth.
I'm sure that thing's fucking on eBay for $700 now.
Man, speaking of Lego, did you guys see that they do it's like a red box type program with Legos where you can like pay a fee and they'll mail you rental Lego sets? The email
What?
that? Dude, I'm not even fucking you.
Lego sets?
Dude, you can Google
What?
it if you do not believe me, dude. People were talking about it. I was like, it's great. I used to love playing with Legos, but I don't have the money to do it, and I'm fucking 40. So now I should just do this, and it's like way less creepy since there's not some neckbeard walking around the children's aisle. Like, it's great. I mean, that's not the obvious review, but I mean, that's how I read it. So.
Isn't part of the point of Legos is, okay, you get the set, you follow the instructions, you build the thing, you look at it, play with it for, a week or two or however long your attention
You
span is.
smash it and make your own shit.
Then you smash it down and throw it in your big box full of Legos, and then sometimes you just pour that out on your floor, build whatever you come up with, pick most of them up,
Dick.
wake up the next day, step on the sharp piece, and learn the true meaning of pain.
Well, yeah, so it's the same deal, minus the part where you throw it in your box.
So interesting question. What do you guys think was your favorite Lego set, like series ever?
Oh
Wow,
my God!
we have gotten
Star
way
Wars?
off topic.
Are you kidding me? Star Wars, done and done.
Oh,
There-
man,
there's
I
no,
don't
there's no
know.
even need for fucking discussion here. Are you kidding me? I had the Millennium Falcon and the AT-AT. Come
Nah,
at me.
it's-
bro. Do
it's
you
all
even
about-
lift?
It's all about
Back
the
when
Ice
I
Planet
was-
one.
I love the Ice Planet with the orange
Nope.
chainsaw and the
Ice
ski.
Planet and the
Nope.
underwater one.
had the Ice Planet one had the best helmet visor.
Fucking
Hands down.
hipsters right here. It's all about the Star Wars.
I was also
Ice
when I was-
Planet, come at me!
When I was a kid, I was actually a really big fan of a lot of the medieval ones. Me and my brother had the pirate ship. We
You
had
guys had the expensive pirate ship too. You had like the
yeah,
$144 one back then.
we had the big one. We had
In
the pirate
today's
ship,
money,
we
that'd
had,
be like $500.
we had like a Robin Hood like fortress hidden in the forest kind of deal. My mom did eventually buy me like one of the big ass castle sets. That thing was amazing.
Those
And
were.
it came with skeletons too.
I had the biggest ice world set, and that one was super sweet.
I remember I think one of my favorite pieces. I don't even remember if this thing was like legit or not, but we called it the Moonwalker. Is their old like lunar moon set, like old,
Yeah, I
like
remember
from the
those.
late '80s. And my brother had one called the Moonwalker that I think we had to replace a whole bunch of pieces on because we lost a bunch of them. And
Was
I
it
don't
the
know
one
that thing
with
was
the
just
wheels and it was like the
classic.
giant car?
No, it was basically like an AT-AT. It was
Oh,
this
that's
big
cool.
it's this four-legged thing.
Those late
It
80s
actually
were
wasn't even that
fucking
big really, but it
sweet.
was
I miss those
awesome.
1989 Lego sets.
You know, I actually bought Legos recently. I bought some at Denver Comic Con. I bought a Minecraft set, and then I
Dude,
also
I saw
bought.
those. Those were super cool.
Yeah, right. It was a limited edition too. Yeah, we're still off topic, dude.
So what have
take
you
it
been
back.
playing lately, Donovan?
Okay, well, finally, they have lifted the non-disclosure agreement on Infinite Crisis, so I can finally fucking talk about that, which is awesome.
Yeah, so how many heroes are in that one exactly?
Oh god, I don't fucking know offhand, dude. Okay, so let me explain what it is.
Is it
Anyways,
teens or 20s?
Since Josh is looking a little confused right now, so Infinite Crisis is a game that is currently in technical closed beta, so it's like a very closed beta, but it's based on the whole DC universe, the Infinite Crisis series, where all the different universes collide.
I'm familiar with that much at least.
Yeah. So it's a MOBA based on that. So it's a MOBA where you play as like licensed DC superheroes.
Is it Infinite Crisis or Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Probably Infinite Crisis.
Then Infinite Crisis was 90s.
Yeah, but say it's
that.
probably Infinite Crisis because that happened. That was the most recent one to happen, right?
Actually, the most recent one was Flashpoint, which happened in 2009.
Oh, but wasn't Flashpoint like their reboot of the reboot that went wrong?
I haven't read it, so I can't really speak to it.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's
I
the
remember
one
hearing
with
something about it was like a reboot. Like they did a reboot and like, oh, we fucked this up already. Let's just do another reboot. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's the one with like Prime and Gaslight and all that shit. So, but now that the NDA is up, I can actually talk about it. And I mean, so far the only map that they have currently released in the beta is a 5-point capture point map, a lot like Dominion in League of Legends. If you play that.
Or Domination in Call of Duty, I imagine.
Yeah.
Or Rocky Basin in World of Warcraft. Only.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. But my God, dude, it is so much fun to just play as superheroes. I can't even talk about it. Like it's a lot like League in the sense that they give you summoner spells, but they're not called summoner spells. They're called stolen powers. So you can use like super speed or X-ray vision. And there's lots of cool environmental things because there'll be like cars and brick walls and fences and things like that. So you can actually like charge people like through a brick wall and shit, or like if you have super strength, pick up a car and throw it at somebody, dealing damage and stunning them, things like that. Like
Is there Green Lantern?
Yeah, there is.
I think it would have to be Green Lantern if it's a DC. I'm pretty sure it has to hit all of the all the Justice League.
Yeah, Green Lantern's like a single target.
Is it Hal Jordan? I take it probably.
Yeah, it's Hal Jordan.
Boo, Kyle Rayner.
But
yeah, Kyle Rayner would have been cool.
Yeah, Green Lantern's actually pretty good. He's got really ridiculous single target. He doesn't have a whole lot of AoE outside of his ultimate, where he just drops an F-16. He just like.
Oh, I figured they'd use like a big cartoony Looney Tunes anvil.
Oh no, that's his single target nuke. He drops like a safe on him. It's like suck my balls.
Is
I think that's
are any other characters from Green Lantern in it? Like for instance, Atrocitus.
No, right now I'm pretty sure the only Green Lantern character is Green Lantern.
Are
I
any
would be
more-
excited to see Sinestro be put in it though.
Oh my god.
How many playable characters does it have?
I'm pretty sure it's in the 20 region. I don't really know offhand.
How many do they want to get up to? Is there gonna be something like League or like Dota where they release new ones as they get
I haven't seen anything, and I'm only allowed to talk about what they've released in game and footage of on YouTube. I'm not allowed to talk about anything on the forums.
Oh.
The next hero coming out, and it'll be this patch with a new map too, and I'm pretty sure the new map is like a 2-lane sort of traditional like League 3v3 map. But the next hero coming out is Batman, like Prime Universe Batman.
Earth One Batman.
I can't fucking wait to play him, dude. He seems so retarded. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
So I take it they're going to have a pretty standard release schedule like Smite and all the other MOBAs where like every other week or something like that you get something new?
Yeah, they're not patching that consistently right now because it's in technical close.
Yeah, it's beta still. So
it's still, but it's not even like beta. It's like super early in the beta.
What's the combat mechanics? Is it like most of the MOBAs where you have your 3 abilities and then an ultimate?
Yeah. It's a lot like that, and you also have your passives, so it's more like League of Legends than Dota in that sense.
How does items work? Like,
items are very similar. Very similar. You can do.
Unless you're Batman, then you have the best items.
No, dude, Batman. I'll get into that in a second. I'll nerd out about his moves. Batman seems fucking retarded, but it's a lot like League in the sense that it's passive and then 4 spells, but it's a lot like Dota in the sense that you get a fuck ton of levels, so you can actually put levels into your passive if you want. And make your passive stronger, which is very interesting.
Does it use that system like Dota, or is it basically just go with raw HP, mana, armor?
No, you can actually level your passive ability. So, like a good example, at least my favorite character to play right now is Gaslight Joker, and his passive is whenever you receive money. So when creeps die. I don't exactly know the conditions that they do it under. I'm pretty sure if they're killed by other creeps, but they'll drop gold that can be picked up for a second, right? So if you pick up any gold off the ground or you last hit an enemy, you'll heal and gain 1% of your health back. It's called blood money, and you can actually level that up to give you like a lot of ridiculous heal early game. It's pretty surprising.
What are the creeps? Are they like thugs and cops?
They're fucking robots.
Oh, robot? Okay.
Oh.
Fucking robots.
That makes
should
sense.
fix
That makes. Well, I mean, are they trying to avoid a mature rating?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're just going for an E or a T. It'll probably end up being a T.
Sense.
I don't even think there's any real blood in it yet. There might be with like Vampire Batman, but I'm pretty sure they're going for a T.
So I have a question. So is each team limited to like one team can only be heroes and one team can only be villains, or are we doing hero on hero?
You can mix and match. It doesn't have to be all heroes or all villains.
So is it like Dota though, where like they have like they're kind of separated into like dire strength.
Oh, strength, intelligence? No,
the taverns, I guess they used to call.
It's very much like League, where it's just they're divided by role as opposed to anything else.
Okay.
But the roles are very traditional. I'm kind of surprised. Like you've got your supports, you've got your carries. The only thing that's different is they have bruisers, but they also have something called enforcers. And so a bruiser is more of like an AD bruisery type of role, semi-carry, where an enforcer tends, so far as I can tell, at least, is more of like a magic damage cooldown CC kind of unit. Like a Shazam is an enforcer in game. So I'm not exactly sure what that role means yet.
Is it basically just kind of distinction between do they use more ability-based damage versus like physical auto attack type damage?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That's how they have it divided up. It's no taverns, but it's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, one of the best things about it is I really like the map. There's a lot to do on it. In the middle, there's an extra capture point that comes up every now and again, and if you capture it, it'll call down like meteor strikes. That'll deal like AoE damage where they land and shit. Like it's great, dude. It's fucking fantastic.
That's cool.
Yeah, like there's so many weird little things.
Is
like
this
that.
heavily focused around last hitting, or is it like Smite where you can just relax?
Well, see, last hitting is generally focused in a traditional MOBA setting where you have like a whole laning phase where you're trying to build items before you team fight and things like that. It's more like Dominion. So there's passive gold game, there's passive experience game. It's about capture points. That's how you win. So last hitting's not really important. There's not a whole lot of creep farming. Unless you're the person going bottom to get the bottom capture point. But yeah, it's very much about just team fighting and controlling the map.
The Dominion map on League of Legends, since you probably haven't played it, Jay, is basically your standard 5-point capture map, and it's a lot more based around teamwork, and it's a lot more mobile and dynamic than your regular Dota or League thing, where you have your laning phase, then when that ends at about 10 or 15 minutes, you have your team fight phase, etc.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've only played what is it, the 5v5 and
Yeah,
League, and then
that's pretty much the golden standard of the MOBA map. That's like if
and
you're
then
making a
I've
MOBA, that's the first one
done
you
way too
design.
much Smite.
That's not true. You've played not enough Smite. That game
S-
rules, and you know it.
Smite still uses
It's good.
the 3 lane system though, doesn't it?
They've got a bunch of maps, dude. They've got the
Oh,
arena map. They've got
There's
a
single
joust
lane.
map. Yeah, they've got a joust, which is a single lane plus jungle, and then they have an ARAM map, which is just single lane. There's no jungle involved at all.
Oh, ARAM.
Yeah, it's on Valhalla. It's fucking cool. But yeah, Infinite Crisis is really good, dude. I'm very excited to see the new map. If it's a
I have one last
traditional
question.
Hmm.
Is Flash good or shitty?
Flash is beast.
Good, because there's so many games. Like I've played, like the DC Ally or what was that? It was the X-Men Legends type game, only for the DC characters. That was back on like Xbox.
Shit, I don't.
Ultimate Alliance, is that what you're talking
Ultimate,
about?
yeah, it was. Yeah,
Or was that
with the
Marvel?
DC.
That might have been Marvel.
Marvel was
Ultimate
Ultimate
Alliance
Alliance,
was Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
but there was a DC one, and Flash was terrible in it. And apparently in like Injustice, nobody plays Flash, and like in every game, Flash always sucks.
Yeah, no,
Like, sucks 'cause
Flash
he's my favorite
is
DC
beast.
hero.
Dude, Flash is beast as fuck. His passive is whenever you use a spell, you get increased movement speed, which is very important because his first ability, you like run at super speed in a line and deal damage to units you move through, right? Oh my god, all of his shit is just so cool. His
Sounds like
ultimate,
a Ghani on Smite, kinda.
dude, he's just brutal. I mean, he has gap closers. All of his spells increase his movement speed. His ultimate makes it so he becomes untargetable, and in a massive AoE, he does his whole like flash spin thing and just does a fuck ton of damage to everybody in it. Like, dude, the Flash is brutal. He's great at backdooring, and he's a really tough mage to deal with 1v1. It's weird because he's a melee mage, and he actually auto attacks a lot too, because one of his moves make him, attack at fucking flash speed. You know what I mean?
Does
So
he
you
have,
can-
does he have his infinite mass punch?
Yeah, well, he has a move like it, but it's very interesting how you end up building him because you do like ability power and like attack speed and shit like that. It's really weird, but man, the Flash is fucking cool, dude.
That's
He's
cool.
really good.
I've always hoped that there'd be a game where the Flash is actually a decent choice.
Yeah, and like his personality's good too. He's not like too hammy about it. He doesn't.
Is it Barry?
Hmm?
Which Flash is it? Is it Barry?
No.
If they're going with Hal Jordan, it'd probably be Wally West.
I'm pretty sure it's Wally.
Okay. Also,
I don't actually know offhand, but I'm like
Did-
fairly sure.
did you guys happen to see the news that have you guys watched that Arrow TV show at all on WB?
No, I saw a bunch of ads for it, but it didn't really seem like something I'd like.
I've been meaning to watch it. Apparently, the Flash is going to make a cameo, and they're trying to make it into a spin-off, possibly, from that.
Hmm.
Which would be, I mean, I remember this Flash show from the 80s. I liked it, but it was terrible. So, I don't know.
Every superhero thing from the 80s. I mean, we've only just now gotten to the point where CGI can make superhero crap look good.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah, I
say
guess that's fair.
as far back as a decade ago when the original Spider-Man came out. That's when superhero movies really changed for the better.
Yeah, like the Spider-Man and the first X-Men movie were probably the turning points of comic book movies actually becoming decent.
Yeah, that first X-Men movie blew me away in 1999.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, I mean, what was there before that? That horrible Captain America movie where he had like a motorcycle.
Oh God, dude, there was,
So
or
bad.
like 80s Swamp Thing.
Or pretty much every Batman until Dark Knight.
Well, it's arguable that the
Hey,
Tim
now.
Burton ones are.
They're good because they're corny. They're not legitimately good movies.
It's better than Bat Nipples though, for sure.
Okay, but that doesn't
Oh,
mean
yeah.
they're not enjoyable.
No, but I mean, if you're looking at it in
No,
terms
yeah,
of technical quality, come on.
So, you've been
You
playing
didn't say
anything else lately,
technical,
Donovan?
You just said there weren't any good ones.
Besides.
Oh God, no, dude, just Infinite Crisis and
Infinite
of course
Crisis.
Dota
Dota.
and Dota.
Gotta
Which
get them
received a
goats.
really good review from
So
IGN lately,
much
too,
Dota.
actually.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting them to knock it a little bit harder just for how unforgiving it is. But it seems like whoever they got to review it seems like a pretty level-headed person that doesn't
It
hate
got
life
a
yet,
better
so
score than Earthbound.
that's like good.
somehow.
That was a good choice on that.
I don't know. Maybe he was afraid of fanatic Dota fans firebombing his house.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's the biggest like negative complaint you can make about Dota is that the learning curve is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's like a learning wall.
Yeah, unforgivable is a delicate way of putting it, you know what I mean? But they even said in the review, if you can actually put up with learning the game, it's some of the deepest, richest, rewarding gameplay you're going to find, anywhere, much less in a real, true, free-to-play game. I mean, that was one thing that they brought up in the article, too, that I'm glad they hit on, is that, I play League of Legends and I play Smite and things like that, and, it is really a free-to-play game. The way that they do it is they have it set up exactly like the Team Fortress hat system. So as you play, you'll find costume pieces. So instead of doing skins, how they do in League of Legends, it's costume sets that are made up of 4 or 5 pieces. But you'll find the pieces and you can mix and match them and make your own shit, and it's great. I mean, everything about it is amazing.
Speaking of that, isn't the Invitational coming up pretty soon with its 2.6?
Oh, international, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's next week, but it's in August.
With its $2.6 million prize pool.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
It's
really?
up to 2.7. We all got the immortal
Is it 2.7 now?
Yeah, we all got the immortal items, and it was sick. But
yeah, so there's going to be a major event coming up.
Yeah, I actually know a guy who's taking a week off of work to watch it. I'm not even kidding. He literally requested the entire week off to watch the internationals. And I don't blame him. TI2 was amazing. TI1 was amazing. Oh man, I watch a lot of competitive esports, but competitive Dota is ridiculous. There's so much skill and management involved in actually playing competitive Dota. Just team fights they look like works of art.
Right on. So I guess does that lead us to what I've been playing lately?
I believe so.
Nobody cares about you.
Fair enough. Let's move on to the news section.
So what have you been playing, Jay?
I've been doing a lot of shit lately, retro especially. I think most notably I'd like to bring up that I've been playing Excite Bike Bun Bun Mario Stadium, or Mario Battle Stadium.
What the fuck?
Which
sounds good. Sounds good. Tell us more.
Okay, so have you guys played Excite Bike for the original NES?
Yes.
Of course.
As it's one of the it's the 12th most common game there is. So hopefully you played it. So basically what Excite Bike Bun Bun Mario Battle Stadium is it is a it's like a 16-bit Mario themed skin pack that goes over the Excite Bike original engine, and it has a few tweaks, such as there are coins on the tracks or whatever, and if you pick up 5 coins, it gives you unlimited boosted travel or whatever. You know how in Excite Bike, if you hit the B button, your engine overheats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, now you don't overheat if you collect 5 coins, and it lets you just keep going at full speed until basically until you fuck up and get knocked off your bike. And so the crazy thing about this game, though, is that it was only for the Satellaview for the SNES.
You were talking about this earlier, and I had literally never heard of this device.
It sounds like you're making shit up.
I'm pretty sure you were speaking in Latin.
So the Satellaview was a modem made for a satellite service called Saint Giga that was used in Japan from 1995 to the year 2000. Now, on this service, they had quite a few games that were Satellaview only games, and they were broadcast over the service and then decrypted by your SNES modem so you could play them. Now, here's where it gets even crazier.
Okay, because that's pretty crazy to begin with. This is a good start.
Okay, it gets even crazier when you get into games that use this thing called SoundLink. And Bun Bun Mario Battle Stadium was a SoundLink game.
You just like that name. You just like going Bun Bun.
Bun.
Bun Bun some Mario Stadium excited.
Apparently Bun Bun kind of translates to an onomatopoeia of vroom vroom.
Yeah, I would imagine it would. I'm surprised they didn't call it Doki Doki.
Doki Doki. Okay, so the SoundLink games, right? They were only broadcast for about 1 to 2 hours every day, and they had full symphony orchestra accompaniment, as well as voice acting on a Super Nintendo game.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It sounds like you're making this shit up, dude.
What is this?
I've never heard of any of this voodoo wizardry. Super Nintendo games with voice acting and orchestra.
You are straight up talking about medieval black magic. Did this only work during
90s black magic?
Did this only work during full moons and you had to sacrifice a virgin?
Well,
you have to have the Time Lord there, dude.
It only worked in the evenings from like 7 p.m. to like 10 p.m. And actually, they released a 4-part Zelda game that was on this service as well, called BS Zelda, blah, 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 bunch of Japanese bullshit. But basically, it was a 16-bit remake of the original Zelda for the for the NES. But so yeah, and during that they would have so they'd have voice acting. But the problem is that the audio would be broadcast at the exact same time for every single person that's using the service. So you have
you
a little.
had to be in the same spot in the game.
Well, it forced you to be in the same spot in the game for every game. So every game has a timer up in the corner, and like if it's 17:06, the round just ends, and then you get a little bit of voice acting, maybe like a buffering level to get everybody on the same page, like a bonus level, and then it goes into the next area. Insanity.
What? That is so insane and yet so cool.
Yeah, I'm doing this whole huge video on it, either this week or next on my YouTube channel. So once that's out, everybody should go ahead and take a look at that because it's going to be interesting.
Only in Japan do you find an idea like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty weird. So besides that, I've also been playing Blast Core for the N64.
Oh, there's that blast from the past, eh?
Indeed, yeah, that game is nowhere fucking near as good as I thought it was.
Those rose-tinted glasses are thick, huh?
They are, man. Yeah, dude. I was just playing it right before we did this podcast, and well, unfortunately too, the guy who owned the game before me, he completed the entire game, and I have no idea what the first level is.
What?
Yeah, because you always choose the levels by, you're on that little planet, and there's all the levels, and so you choose your level that way. All the levels are already filled in, so I don't know what level 1 actually is.
Oh, you pretty much have to look up a walkthrough just to figure out what order you're supposed to do it in. Is there no way to erase the save file?
No, there's no options menu anywhere on the game.
Oh, wow. Like, I played that like once ages ago, and I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, so the game revolves around there's like this nuclear bomb or something like that that's like going along this trail, and you basically have to destroy all the buildings in its path so it doesn't hit anything or blow up.
I remember that was one of those N64 games that a lot of people were like, oh yeah, I remember that game being really, really good. And I remember it's one of those ones that not a lot of people knew about, but the ones who did play it just loved it to death.
Yeah, man, I loved it, but going back is hard, man. Not an easy task going back to play a game like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, it's hard to do that sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. I was really disappointed earlier today when Blast Core wasn't as good as I remembered.
So you got that weird Japanese black magic game.
Bun Mario Battle Stadium!
Number 1!
Yeah, and then, I've been doing a bunch of other shit. What I was playing a bit of is Puss in Boots for the NES.
Puss in Boots or Puss in Boots?
I think it's Puss in Boots.
How is it spelled?
Puss, the letter N, Boots.
I guess that would be Puss in Boots, just in a weird way.
Yeah, it's a game based on a old Japanese cartoon that came out in the 1960s from the Toei Corporation. They made a video game in the 80s that was Puss in Boots for the NES. It's pretty terrible, actually.
Well, that's not surprising in the slightest, actually.
Yeah, like the jumps, it feels like it has moon physics, and like once you've gone halfway through your jump, it accelerates and it scrolls the screen like super fucking quick.
Oh god, that for some reason I don't know why that reminded me. There was a game I played. I believe it was Treasure Master on the NES. It was some weird game that was actually like it was released with a contest, and like it was a super, super crazy hard game. Like the people who could get it farthest could like find hints and stuff, could like mail it in and like get prizes and stuff. And it was this really crazy game. But the game itself was absolutely terrible and super crazy hard. And one of the worst things is when it's a really big game. When you get up to the vertical ceiling and you jump, you'll go, it'll stop, pause, and then scroll the screen up.
Oh God, those are the worst.
And then like if you like just barely jump to clear the ceiling, it will stop, scroll up, and then you'll immediately fall and it'll stop and scroll down.
Oh man.
And so anything you're doing that's close to that little scroll barrier, you will just see it scroll a bajillion times in a row, and it is, God, that game is so bad.
Dude, that sounds
horrible.
so frustrating. I don't even think I can handle that, seriously.
The only reason I even tried playing it is because a friend dared me to.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good fucking dare.
It sounds like BB's Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Zock Gaming Podcast. We had a few technical difficulties, but we are back broadcasting once again. Let's move on to some news. Recently, Fez 2 was canceled as of 2 days ago. Phil Fish pretty much rage quit on the gaming industry via Twitter.
What was it he was actually angry about? I'll be honest, I didn't really follow it. I saw Fez when it first came, or before it got released. I was like,
really
that was a neat idea, but I didn't ever really look into it afterwards.
Fez wasn't bad.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's
slayed
bad.
critically.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying I didn't personally care, so I didn't follow what this guy's emotional breakdown was.
Yeah, basically some people had some criticisms and he couldn't take it. Is long story short, it seems like.
Was it just sort of the "you don't understand my vision" that kind of a thing?
Let me see if I can find the direct quote from his tweet.
Oh, you guys don't like my games, I'm going home.
Yeah, that sounds like the epitome of I'm taking my ball and going home.
Seems like a lot of companies been doing that lately.
I don't know. Do we really need to lament the loss of one artsy developer with his own head so far up his ass? He's probably seeing nothing but the inside of his colon.
Well, have you guys ever seen the movie Indie Game?
No, I really want to. I haven't watched it yet.
It's quite good. It's about the creation of Super Meat Boy and Fez.
Both really good indie titles.
Yeah.
I really liked Fez. I know you and me disagree on Fez, but...
Yeah, I felt like it was a little bit... I wish Fez had a fast travel system and it would have fixed it a little bit for me, but Super Meat Boy, fucking fantastic.
So good, albeit a little bit brutal.
Yeah, it's for self-loathing people, for sure.
It's kind of like I Want to Be the Guy, except not quite as bad, because I Want to Be the Guy is fucking horrific.
You used to play that a lot, didn't you, Josh?
I Want to Be the Guy?
Yeah.
Not really. I gave it a fair shake and just got frustrated after a little bit.
You know, I died 30 times
yeah.
by saying the key once, so...
Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? I can think of a lot more fun ways to frustrate the hell out of myself. I appreciate the game for I appreciate the game for what it is, but not really my jam. a little bit beyond my threshold of this game is ball-bustingly hard.
Yeah, sounds. I have actually never played it. What is it a side scroller also? What's the deal?
It's a side-scrolling platformer. You have a little gun, and the game is just absolutely brutally difficult.
Yeah, and I mean not to the point that it's actually hard, like to the point that it's
you
like
have
everything
to know
just
what's
kills
coming.
you for no reason. Yeah, you're gonna die a couple thousand times learning.
The first stage, you start in a little screen that has like some trees with apples on them. You walk forward, immediately an apple drops and kills you. And the trigger threshold is pretty narrow. Then so you start triggering each apple, and you get to one that doesn't fall. So you go, okay. And you jump over it, and it flies upwards and kills you.
I finally found that Phil Fish tweet. I'll go ahead and read it to you guys.
Oh, all the butt hurt.
He said, "I am done. I take the money and I run. This is as much as I can stomach. This wasn't the result of any one thing, but the end of a long, bloody campaign. You win."
Wow. I can taste salt that there was so many tears in that. Wow, what a douchey way to say it, too. Yeah, you know all that money you guys gave me for being an indie developer? I'm going now. Fuck you. Like,
yeah. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your support, but eat a dick. Fuck you. Got mine.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, dude? Phil Fish, more like Phil Dick. Oh!
Hey, yo!
Oh, God. The hell was that, Jay? Girl, I'm gonna tear out his weave. Like, seriously.
I
was
give that 2
horrific.
snaps and around the world.
Oh my god.
So Shigesato Itoi released a very interesting message the other day regarding
Itoi-san.
Earthbound.
Hi.
Hi, sama.
Yeah. Itoi-san.
Yeah, no, and the Earthbound now has a new community webpage or something like that on the Wii U. Apparently, that was released. It's going to be released this week or was just released. And in regard to that, Shigesato Itoi released a statement about how he felt about releasing the Mother series and this and that. And man, I just want to see a Mother 4.
You know, the funny thing, Earthbound has a really funny, and by funny I mean like kind of tragic thing. Like it was really popular in America. Well, not really popular. Cult hit, definitely. And,
well, I mean, it sold enough to sell 300,000 copies in the U.S. That's about the same as fucking Chrono Trigger.
And that game was not cheap either, because basically the only way you could buy it back then was that huge box, like the collector's edition kind of thing.
$70 with the player's guide.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic game and definitely worth the money, but it's
and fantastic player's guide for that matter.
Whenever Mother 3 came out, and obviously it never came out over here, but it was imported. People who knew Japanese could do it, and then there was that big fan translation patch that went through.
Starman.net.
So everybody got to learn just how amazing this was, and mainly the guys at Starman.net, and of course other people too, started like a petition of, hey, localize Mother 3, make more Mother games, we want more Earthbound. And they actually did manage to get it into the hands of people at Nintendo, just apparently the wrong hands. Like this petition kind of got circulated around the office, but nobody who was actually important saw it. Like Itoi never saw it. A lot of the other, yeah, I mean nobody saw it. So like these people who back in the day were in charge of Earthbound and made it had no idea that the game was popular over in America. No clue at all.
Yeah, and apparently the new Virtual Console release has seen just astounding amount of sales.
Now they've finally realized. Because one of the big problems with Nintendo is they're a pretty closed company. They, for better or for worse, they don't really have a lot of community connections. They don't really listen to their fans. I mean, that's kind of indicative of a lot of Japanese companies.
I thought that's what the Miiverse was supposed to do.
It is, but it's a slow process. I mean, they pretty much had closed doors for so long. They're just now getting into the whole. I mean, hell, the Wii having internet access was kind of a last-minute addition because they really, really did not want internet on their device. They did not want people playing online with each other because they felt that the community was, negative. Which especially like in Smash Bros. Brawl, you can't actually talk to people. You can make these little like messages that are all just like pre-programmed messages like, good game. I'll get you next time. Hello and greetings.
Yeah, I remember that in some of the Pokemon games too.
Yeah, they really don't want to give, because I mean, let's face it, the first thing any of us ever did on that little sketchpad thing on the original DS was just draw a dick and send it to a friend.
Mm-hmm. The mightiest dick the world has ever known.
Yeah, maybe a coming dick, maybe has some ball hair, depends on how much detail, but everybody's drawn a dick. And they knew that, and they're like, they still wanted to be a kid-friendly company.
Well, I remember the first time I ever played Final Fantasy III. I rented it from the Gerbs in Colombia, and
I remember that shit.
One of the saved games, every character's name was Fuck Up.
I did a run.
And that's how I learned the word fuck.
I have the time-honored tradition of every Zelda game I ever play. I name Link Fagballs, legendary hero of time.
I did a run of Final Fantasy IV, named every character Dongs.
Ooh, that's pretty good. I mean,
so
mine's
there's Dongs talking about Dongs, talking to Dongs about
Dongs.
Dongs.
Cat's 3.
Dongs on Dongs, baby. It's Dongs all the way
for
down.
Days.
Stay classy.
Send us your dick pics.
But anyway, I mean,
this is the Zock Gaming Podcast, after all.
We keep it classy. talking about dicks and Nintendo.
And that email address
are rarely, if ever, apart. Let's be honest.
That email address is zockgamingpodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to send us your dick pics and hate mail.
But yeah, I mean, Nintendo generally kind of has a history of not really listening. They don't really listen to the community and all that. I mean, they do some outreach stuff and try to listen a little bit, but it really wasn't their MO for a long time, which it was a good thing. Sometimes they were on the right path, and, did what they did, and it ended up being good, and sometimes it was a bad thing where they
released the Wii. and say,
Yeah. Or don't release sequels to games that people want more of, like Earthbound. But with of course the internet becoming even more overpowered than it ever has been before, they're finally starting to listen, and they finally realize, holy shit, people really really like this game.
I really wish I
Maybe
had
we
seen
should do more.
I wish they had released the Fire Emblem series stateside back in the 90s.
They're finally realizing that has a national or international appeal. They're starting to put that out.
Yeah, look at the newest Fire Emblem.
Yeah, that's like one of the most popular games on the 3DS right now.
It's one of the best games on the 3DS. It's absolutely amazing. Any Tactics fan is doing themselves an injustice by not playing it.
Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy Tactics type RPG, right?
Yeah, it's all tactics. It's just like the depth that they have in the management, and like you can have your soldiers. You can try to get them to even start families and use those children as soldiers. Like, it's pretty deep.
Wait, so can you send like your kids into battle?
I mean, they're not like kids, but like
You can send your distant offspring.
See, I want to be sending a bunch of 9-year-olds against like a bunch of fucking knights to just see them get fucked.
World's
Wait,
most one-sided fist fight.
Actually, isn't that basically the plot of every JRPG? You send 9-year-olds out to save the world against gods and ultra powerful wizards.
Yeah, but through the power of friendship and transmission.
And everything wonderful about Earthbound, they persevere. They persevere and they pray. God damn it!
Yeah, but I mean, in Earthbound, they fought a tree and a bug and a little mouse.
They fight cops too.
That's true. They also
the gang.
and
But
they
the
fight
police
drug
coming straight from the underground, like
they do fight the KKK, and they do fight like crazy drug addicts.
God, Earthbound is the shit.
God,
really,
is so good.
So fucking good, man. I can't get
the music, just the complete surreal setting.
It's just like
one
a total package.
It's one of the first like good RPGs that was set in modern day. I mean, granted, like an acid trip, Salvador Dali version of modern day, but.
Well, and it came out 2 months after Chrono Trigger.
Was it that early? Was it that quickly? Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, they were both 1995.
It was a good year for RPGs.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, the mid-90s was just wonderful for RPGs.
The SNES. I mean, come on. Don't get any better than that.
Well, yeah, I mean, the SNES for me is my go-to RPG console, but I would have to say that you could argue that the PS1 was the RPG console, because Square, before they merged with Ignis, really took the ball and fucking ran with it back in the PS1 era.
Yeah, but a lot of those were really bad, too.
But I think that seems debatable. We've had this conversation before.
You see games like Legend of Gaia, Legend of Dragoon. Those
Legend of Dragoon is so good.
Both quite good.
Legend of Dragoon,
Parasite Eve. There's another fantastic.
Legend of Dragoon, I thought had a
really title.
Legend of Dragoon, I thought had a really good combat system, but the story was crap.
Did you guys ever play Legend of Gaia though?
Yes, that game once again, awesome combat system. Had actually pretty good story up to like the halfway point. Then it just
the thing is, it's at the halfway point it gets too hard for most people.
Oh god, that game got so hard.
I can actually say I've beaten Legend of Gaia.
Yeah, I haven't. I never. There's. Like,
I don't know anyone else who ever has.
There's some boss, maybe the Berserker or something like that. That I was like,
but
like this.
The combo system in that just took the JRPG really to the next level.
Oh man, it was so fun to just
in such a fucking the combo system. Oh my god!
I mean, how was it when you unlocked your first like super one? You had to have like all 13 or 14 moves, and it doesn't record it in your combo book, so you have to remember.
It doesn't tell you what it is either. Yeah, you have no idea.
You do it, you put it in, and they go into a cutscene. You're like, what did I just do?
Yeah,
you just have to write it down and remember what you did.
Up, right, left, up, right, left, up, right, left, down, down, up, and then like you fucking did it.
Yeah, you just like Shin Shoryuken fucking somebody.
That game.
Shoryuken.
That game was incredible. If anyone listening at home hasn't played Legend of Gaia, you owe it to yourself to check that game out. Simply put. So there has been some controversy recently about the memory usage of the new next-gen consoles. Josh,
yeah.
do you wanna talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, I mean, back when they kind of released them, Microsoft was pretty candid about this is how this is going to work, and they said they are giving they're giving 5 gigs to the games and the rest for the OS. Basically, you'll get 5 gigs out of the 8 because it's going up to 8 gigs DDR3 or DDR4, whichever it is.
And 8 gigs seems pretty standard for a lot of computers nowadays.
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty decent operating environment to be in. And
Can you remember back when EverQuest 1 came out and they said you needed 512 megabytes and basically everyone on the internet shit their fucking pants?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of ruined shorts there that day. But no, and then I mean, both the PS4 and the Xbox One have 8 gigs of RAM, and people are just wondering, how the distribution is going to go. So Microsoft's like, yep, 5 gigs for games, everything else for the OS and whatever crap this thing else does, spying on you and profiling you in retinal scans and colonic maps and whatever else it's going to do. Then the PS4,
stool sample. I think you left out stool sample.
I think that goes with colonic mapping a little bit. They kind of want to, they kind of go hand in hand, or finger and bottom, if you will.
You need more fiber, David.
Your cholesterol is getting too high.
Classy gesture, Jay. Oh man.
Anyway, the PS4 is only going to have 4.5 gigs for games, with like a 512 meg buffer flex RAM, and then the rest will be basically for the OS. And
see, I wonder if
they said
flex RAM is just for the Twitch and Ustream shit. Do you think that's what?
I don't know. All they've said so far is it's for the games, but the OS also uses it as well. But I think games have priority if they need it. But I did hear that there might. I mean, this is also pretty recent. They haven't really said a whole lot about it. There might be some performance impacting if a game uses that 512, like the OS, like maybe hitting your home button takes longer. Something, who knows? But in general, they're giving 4.5 gigs to games, whereas the Xbox has 5.
Honestly, for me, I like the idea of allocating a lot for the games, but having a really fluid operational OS is really important to me too. So
it really depends on just how much that extra 512 of Flux RAM really digs into the OS's stuff. I mean, that's really what it'll depend on. We don't know yet.
Well, also the numbers you guys showed me, it's a full gig of Flux RAM. It's just they said they can use
that was
per case.
I was wrong. I went and looked it up on the site that I got the news from, and they had done an update because they had gotten the numbers wrong and they'd got some stuff wrong about it. And they said it's 512 for its Flux.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
it's
not
still
too much, but a bit.
It's still 8 gigs per system, so there's still the same amount of RAM and the same kind of RAM, and the difference will probably be negligible.
Now, are we talking about GDDR or DDR?
I actually can't remember. Is it GDDR?
Because I've been wondering that about the new systems. Is they say that so the PS4 apparently has GDDR5.
I think I think I have a link here. Hold on.
While the Xbox One has GDDR3 or 4, but that's graphical DVR or graphical DVR. That's on the actual.
PS4 is going to have GDDR5.
Okay. So is all that memory allocated just for the video card, or does the video card share memory with everything else, or how's that work? Because usually, you have the memory and then you have your graphical memory on the actual video card. So are they? Because I know with some Apples and a lot of recent laptops and stuff, they just share the same thing and they have the processor allocate where it goes. So I'm wondering.
Being a console, it would not surprise me if it was just that was the only memory pool and everything works off of that.
I don't like that.
I don't know for sure.
I'd prefer to have it dedicated to video processing personally.
Well, yeah, obviously, I mean, it's just better.
Well, I mean, I assume there's going to be a video chip for sure, so there'll definitely be a graphical processor and then a standard processor, but the question really is who's using what memory and what memory is where? I don't know. It's a little bit confusing right now. I don't know. Shit.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, they're still kind of releasing some hardware specs, and they're still kind of vague with exactly how the architecture is going to work.
Well, and as we talked about it in the last podcast, the FCC is releasing certain stats on things now, so we'll start to see a much better picture of things once we get closer to release. And I've been talking to both you guys. Is anyone here actually buying a launch day console? Have you guys pre-ordered yet? Because it's selling out everywhere.
I have not pre-ordered yet. And
I am very wary of launch day consoles.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a little bit of time.
I don't want to buy a brick. Just exactly. Like, oops, day one patch. Hope you like bricks.
In general, I don't like buying day one hardware for anything, be it an iPod or a new phone or
Like you're
or
gonna
a
get so
console.
many hardware bugs and software
Yeah,
bugs. It's such a gamble.
I'd rather like get the second generation
The second
console
wave.
when
That
basically
fucking works.
they
You know?
have mass beta testing by launching the thing.
Sounds reasonable. Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered mine either yet. I wanted to, but I don't have the cash, so we'll see if I.
And also the other thing with Microsoft changing its policies left, right, and center to try to appease the raving masses. I mean, who knows what the Xbox One is going to
What you're actually
be.
gonna get on day one.
Speaking of, that actually kind of
It's a
segues
cardboard box with stickers on it.
with an IOU inside.
Yeah,
Some
it's just-
Chinese guy drew a dick on the side of it.
No, actually, that does segue into the next little bit of news I have. There is a rumor, this is not confirmed, there's a rumor, that Microsoft will be doing a reintroduction of the Xbox One at Gamescom, which is in mid to late August. I think it's like the 21st to the 25th of August.
Where is that convention located?
Cologne, in Germany, this year.
Oh, word. That would be interesting for them to actually
Okay.
do a presentation for the European audience because they really haven't catered to anyone else.
Oh yeah,
in
with
the US.
their whole region locking. It is still just a rumor. It has not been confirmed or disconfirmed. I mean, it may have by now, or especially by the time this goes up, it may have been. But there's rumor that they'll do reintroducing it just as an response to the backlash that they got with their first one, especially
trying
after
to
they
rebuild the bridge that they poured gasoline on and lit on fire.
exactly. I mean, because they've completely 180'd the DRM. It's region free.
God damn it! I just want family sharing back.
The always online thing is gone. They're doing all that. There is also another rumor which I would take with an enormous grain of salt. They might be dropping the price by $100.
That's a pretty big grain of salt.
Yeah, I don't believe that one. I don't believe that one. But this is from the same source that said they will be reversing their always online DRM thing, and they were right the first time. So
for 400 with the Kinect 2, I mean they'd be operating at such a loss that
they'd basically be eating
Microsoft
the
couldn't
loss.
handle that.
They'd be eating the loss. That's true. But I mean, PlayStation did that on their initial launch. PlayStation 3 did on their initial launch, which is why they pretty much lost all of the profits they got from the PlayStation 2 era.
Up until recently.
Yeah, because every actual PS3 sold was operating at a loss. That's also why they started pulling features on the new consoles. Whenever they released a new version of the console, they're removing features because they
Goodbye
had to get
Linux.
the cost
Goodbye
down.
backwards compatibility.
Yep, they had to get the cost
Dude,
down.
we have one of the backwards compatible ones. Yeah.
But they
They still
removed the
work.
Linux compatibility, unfortunately. Yeah, I have Donovan's PS3 right next to me. Actually, you can take a little gander at it right there. It's one of those backwards compatible ones.
Oh yeah. What you know about PS2 games?
No, do they play PS1 games? I was wondering actually.
Yeah. I know the one that we have does. It doesn't play them consistently, but it'll play them.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
even
my
PS2
cousin actually
backwards.
just lent me Chrono Cross, which I'm
Yeah,
super
see if it
excited
works,
to dive
dude.
into.
Oh my god, I've been playing that recently too. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is a little bit weird.
Oh, look at you two, boyfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah, dude.
Mwah,
Whatever.
mwah,
Savvy
mwah, mwah,
calls you
mwah.
my girlfriend. That's not too surprising.
So, Guacamelee is coming out on Steam for all you
Fucking
PC elitists.
Finally. Okay, now hold on. I have a PS3 and shit. I could have gotten it on the Vita, but I love my computer. I mean, if I could play it on my computer, I'd rather play it on my computer.
Well, and they're calling it a Gold Editions, and I know there's a couple pieces of DLC out, so you might get all the DLC with your package.
Oh, very nice. I would enjoy that.
No
Console
cross-buy,
gamer.
but
Meh.
Meh.
Meh. I mean, the stuff that I have on Cross-Buy is pretty good. You know, like All Stars and the new Sly Cooper and things like that. But like I said, I fucking love my computer so much. I mean, there's no way around it. If I can get it on Steam, I do. You know what I mean?
I'm wondering if they're gonna have like definable graphics, like upscaling and stuff like that. Like the graphics might even be better for the PC version, possibly. We'll see.
I would imagine they would. I mean, it's not too hard to have some sort of upscaling algorithm going in there.
It's pretty much I wouldn't say it's a year after release. When did Guacamelee come out? Back in like April or March or something like that. So it's been about 6 months. So they've had time to really tweak the game and get it perfect for the PC.
Man, I can't wait to get my hands on that. Like seriously, I just want to play it so bad.
Have you had a chance to watch my review on it?
No, that's one of the ones I haven't. I was going to, but then I got distracted by your wonderful how to drink absinthe. So that
On my
was the
other
one.
channel, yeah.
Yeah, I got distracted by your other great gems of videos.
What's
Yeah,
better,
no, no.
Budweiser or Coors? I'm gonna drink.
Who knows?
I
I like PBR, so fuck me, right? Like, best beer review ever.
That's funny. Yeah, that's. Oh man, my other YouTube channel is a little bit ridiculous. So let's see what else has been.
In actually more recent news, the 360, good old Xbox 360, they will be allowing self-publishing on Xbox Live Arcade in August.
So does this mean
cool.
that any indie developer can publish a game?
Yeah.
Or does it have to go through an approval process at all?
It does have to go through an approval process. However, they're shortening the time. You have to get certified. The game has to get certified, which used to take about a month, and now it's only going to be about 2 weeks. And they've completely removed the patch fees. Like, you know, the developers, if they wanted to release
Which
a
is
patch
just
for the
absolutely
game,
ridiculous. And citing a fee
was.
for patching is so
Well, and it was
crazy.
thousands of dollars.
It was like $40,000. It was enormously high. I mean, it was basically indie developers could not patch their games. You had to be a major dev.
That's about what I make in 8 years.
Yeah. Those are being removed. I mean, it really seems like they're just kind of trying to segue into what the Xbox One's online live system is going to be, as far as getting more of the indie developers and opening up the thing. I mean, on the other hand, the Xbox One itself, when that comes out, it will be a dev kit. Like, you have to pay to unlock those features.
Yeah, I heard about that. They just unlocked the ability to turn any Xbox One into a dev kit, which is really
that's kind of fucking cool. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Which leads into another thing, and Donovan, you might be excited about this. In the Twitter thing where they announced it, or I think it was some Twitter thing, and then some guy on Reddit is asking if every single Xbox is a potential dev kit. Then you still have to pay to get those features specifically. But if there's been what will that mean about game mods? You know, Bethesda, of course.
Oh yeah, and there was a very interesting announcement about that.
And they basically said dev kit and game supporting mods are two totally different things. However, from the hardware point of view, it won't be a problem. It'll just be up to the developer to create some kind of support for mods in their own game.
Bam!
So
awesome Bethesda games.
It will be an option that developers can put in.
That's fantastic.
However, the idea is, I mean,
so many of my friends who have gone from console gaming to PC gaming, and just mods are the thing that really makes them, it's a really attractive feature about PCs.
My only thing that I'm kind of concerned with is that if you want to make a mod, that probably means you have to unlock the dev kit thing, which I don't know how much that's going to cost. I don't know if they've released, the cost for that, but
$10,000.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it'll be that much, but yeah.
Well, someone will fucking crack a PS1 within the first 3 months and have that unlocked soon enough.
You're also going to have community-driven stuff, the Nexus, where the Fallout Nexus and Elder Scrolls Nexus and all that, where a lot of those mods kind of come from. They might get some sort of major thing, and then publish mods that other people give them, make it some sort of community-driven thing. That might be a possibility.
I think it's a smart move for Microsoft too. Microsoft at the whole initial reveal being yeah, fuck indies, right? Was a really dumb decision considering that's really
especially the landscape of today's gaming business. I mean, indie devs are coming out of nowhere and making millions of dollars.
Just look at titles.
Look at fucking Minecraft. That guy is loaded now.
That's pretty much the king of that's the golden boy of indie devs. That shows you you can make some game in your basement, and if it's legit good and people like it, they can give you a lot of money.
Just take an idea and roll with it, man.
And you don't need to be a AAA plus blockbuster dev company to actually make a game anymore and actually get your product out there and get a following.
And honestly, I have a feeling that some gamers are just starting to get tired of AAA titles.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting really samey. A lot of people, I'm always bashing them. Oh, look, another Call of Duty. Does it have guns?
Assassin's Creed, or
oh look, it's the same game over and over again.
I mean, seeing a nice change of pace with these indie games, and I mean, there's this huge resurgence in retro gaming recently as well. So I mean, people are looking for these really unique, side-scrolling or possibly, lower quality experiences, but in terms of gameplay, better.
That's part of the reason why indies got taken off the way it did. People love retro games. People love being reminded of their childhood playing Mario and NES, SNES, Sega games, and those graphics aren't terribly hard to do anymore. But you can make a really fun game with those graphics, and people don't see those as bad graphics.
On the same thing too, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I mean, a lot of people use like the whole retro gaming feel as a gimmick sometimes.
It
they don't always
is
pull it off.
true, but I mean, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, I mean, and there's so many games that you think that it wouldn't work with that it does. A good example is Monaco. I don't know if you've heard anything about Monaco. It's a PC
I've been
title.
wanting to play that.
Next time, when you're over tomorrow, I'll let you play it a little bit on my Steam. It's
Monaco, what's mine is yours, right? Is the full
yeah,
title?
It's a top-down stealth
Or what's yours
8-bit
is
game.
mine, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Monaco's amazing, and you wouldn't think that it would work. 8-bit stealth doesn't seem, that doesn't sound attractive, or at least not to me. But gameplay-wise, I mean, it's fucking so much fun. It's great. I love Monaco.
Well, it's 8-bit stealth. I think of Metal Gear for the NES, which is just a fucking turd with a sticker on it.
Yeah, but what's it taste like?
A shiny sticker, boy.
Yeah, it tastes like the inside of an ashtray that a hooker's been smoking.
Oh my god, that's gross.
Well, I mean, the problem with that, I don't know if you guys have ever played the original Metal Gear from
I did.
I never
1986.
Never have.
It has a huge. If you've played a lot of old NES games, a lot of those games have problems with enemies respawning, and this is not an exception. Like, there's like places where you'll have to like kill an enemy and then go into a door that he's guarding. Oh wait, the door's a fucking dead end. You walk out, the enemies respawn, and you're dead within a few seconds.
Oh,
It also had one of my favorite endings of a game. Like, there's like a supercomputer that's about to set off a bomb or something. I think this was Metal Gear anyway, and it tells you have to reset the computer, which literally means you have to reset your NES. You have to go up and press the reset button.
Oh, those sons of bitches! I know they did that on a couple Sega games too. The X-Men
And
X-Men 2 for the Sega did that.
X-Men 2 I think did it too. I think this was Metal Gear Solid 1, or Metal Gear wasn't Metal Gear Solid, just Metal Gear on the NES. I think they did something like that as well.
Bastards.
I could be completely wrong and thinking of a different game, but I think they did, which is just, I mean, this is back when you play Final Fantasy 1. You have to hold reset and press power just so your game's saved.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is like I'm at the last boss and it wants me to reset. Like, it doesn't even tell you like reset the console. It says like reset the computer. You're supposed to figure out it means reset the console, and then it loads back up into the game and the thing like doesn't blow up or something, and then you get the end of the game and so. It's like I would never trust a console to do that.
Yeah, fuck that. You could not get me to sign up on that shit.
Exactly.
There's no way.
On a PC, it's like you need to do Control-Delete and end the process of the entire fucking game, and then
delete System 32 to continue. Like,
you need to rip the power cord out of your wall.
you have to
Gently
wrench
run a
drive,
magnet over your hard drive. Like,
and then pour water on it.
like there's no way. Oh, you reached the end of the game. Reset your Super Nintendo.
No. Show me the damn credits.
Stay classy.
Yeah. How many ways can I say fucking nope?
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things. It's supposed to bring the immersion into the real world. The whole idea, I guess, but it just terrifies me to the very core of my being a gamer.
Back in the day, that wasn't so uncommon. I mean, you actually used to have like an Atari like on your lap to control half the games because you had to hit reset and all these other fucking buttons on the console so often because they gave you a goddamn one-button joystick.
I mean, that's true, but I mean that was like, I didn't tell you to turn your damn console off and back on. Basically.
They had you hit
That's
reset
terrifying.
a lot, though.
That is terrifying to me.
Still better than the Odyssey as well. Odyssey's a fucking piece of shit.
There's before the NES, those are dark days.
Yeah, 1982 games crash that happened for a fucking reason.
ColecoVision, Magnavox,
And television.
the Wonder Swan.
Good God. And then, I mean, we still saw a lot of turds in the 90s, like the CDI, the 3DO, and the fucking, to a lesser extent, the Neo Geo.
3DO. 3DO.
Dude, I could always forgive the 3DO for the simple fact it had Star Control on it.
I was going to say I could forgive it for the one fact that plumbers do not wear ties.
You mean the greatest game ever made?
Oh, God.
Will she strip for the job? You're disgusting. Negative 1 billion points. Here's the scene. Like,
No, Star Control 2 is probably one of my all-time favorite games of all time. It started on the 3DO.
Well, the original Gex was the 3DO title too.
Yep, Gex
Then
was
they
actually the
ported it
mascot for the 3DO.
Yeah, and then they ported it to the PS1.
Wing Commander 3 was actually a super big hit too. It actually had Mark Hamill as an actor during the cutscenes in it.
Yeah, I kind of just want to watch footage of that game because I've never played it.
Whatever happened to those games with the FMV cutscenes?
They got better.
Oh,
They stayed with the Sega
was-
CD and fucking died there.
It was like watching a soap opera. It was so bad. It was.
What are you talking about? Like Night Trap, the Power Rangers game for the Sega really anything for the Sega CD really.
Yeah.
Was a fucking FMV game. It was just
Like,
god awful.
I always expected every single like cutscene to be led into by like sands through an hourglass. These are the days of our lives.
It's actually kind of funny now that you bring it up. I remember playing Red Alert 3 recently. And,
Red Alert. Yeah, Red Alert is definitely.
Yeah, and they have the whole live action cutscene scenes and everything. And it's like, oh my god, Tim Curry is a Soviet. This is like half of my sexual fantasies I've ever had.
Man,
it
the
was
Red
really-
Alert series was awesome. That was my first RTS. I hopped on with Red Alert 1, and that game is fucking awesome.
Dude, Red Alert 2 and Yuri's Revenge, oh my god, so fantastic. Oh,
I actually played the original Command and Conquer.
Yeah, I have it
was
for
good.
the I have the original Command and Conquer for the N64.
Those
It's
obelisks.
fucking terrible.
Those obelisks can go eat a dick. Holy shit!
Dude,
Take out an entire unit of your troops. Just the laser. How the
Dude,
fuck
it's
how the
so
fuck do
unfair if you play as
communists get a laser? Where's my fucking laser? Oh wait, then you get the ion cannon. Even the playing field.
But you get the Tesla coil in
yeah,
Red Alert.
Tesla coil. Oh man, that's the shit right there. Skeletons just lying outside of your base.
That's
Man.
pretty much what the obelisk was. It was just literally a black spire that the Nod could build, and it just shot lasers at you.
Yeah,
Oh.
insta death too. It was
Yeah, it was just
God,
yeah.
so it's
this-
all like Tiberium Sun shit, dude. Fuck me.
yeah. Oh god, Tiberium Sun. That game was so bad.
Oh god.
You know
Dude,
what?
did you ever play? Oh, I can't even remember what it's called now. It was so terrible. The first person Command and Conquer. Did you ever play that?
the one for the PS1. Is that the one you're talking about?
They made no. It was
Oh my god.
it was for
that
the PS2 and the PC.
I didn't even know there was a first.
They
person.
made a first-person Command and Conquer, and it was like
That
you can
sounds
be on the
horrible.
Nod side or whatever fucking side. Dude, it was. I mean, okay, it wasn't as bad as some first-person shooters I played, but it was. I mean, it was pretty bad, dude.
Renegade. That was the name of it.
Oh God, yeah,
Oh,
that
Command and
was.
Conquer
Renegade. Oh god, I blocked that game out.
Yeah,
You're like having PTSD flashbacks.
That just
Many a
that-
night crying in the shower because of
That
that
just
fucking
that,
turret.
that just dredged up a memory from the darkest recesses of my mind.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, that's some shit right there.
I
Tell
always,
you what,
And they
though.
still had like resources, like you'd still mine resources and use it to like buy weapons and vehicles and shit. It was just like so convoluted and weird.
I think I gotta come clean. I actually didn't like Command and Conquer as a series after the first one. I really didn't like Red Alert because it introduced
You're off the
super
team.
units.
Shut the fuck up. You're out.
I don't like RTS games with super units. I really don't. I mean, what
Like
was
the
it called?
Commando
What was,
chick?
yeah, Tanya. The Tanyas.
Dude,
Tanya's
those,
a little OP.
those were ridiculous.
That,
But
she
I
was
mean,
a
you could take them
legitimate
out
super
if you
unit.
had like a tank or a Humvee though, pretty easily. You just run
Yeah,
that
but
bitch
not
over.
really. Yeah, but she could still destroy like half your base before you can do anything about it. It got even worse. Tiberian Sun was the worst about it. Basically, there was no point in playing the GDI because their super unit was the Mammoth tank, which it was strong, but it was slow as shit, and you could just swarm it with enough units and you'll kill it. The Nod super unit was like this crazy cyborg, and the reason it was powerful, no, it was like insanely strong, could like one-shot everything. The reason it was so broken though is it could tunnel underground. So you could, you would rush the tech. You'd rush the tech to build this thing, and it was available in multiplayer. I shit you not. You would rush the tech for this crazy communazi cyborg, burrow under the GDI base, burrow up right next to their construction site, pop up, destroy it, game over. They can't build anything
That was
anymore.
the problem, is that if you lose that construction site in CNC, you're fucked,
Yep,
because like
there's
units
literally
can't
nothing you
rebuild
can do.
them.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do, and that's all you would have to do to win. You would build crazy communazi cyborg, burrow under their base. I mean, there's things the GDI could do to prevent them from being able to unburrow in a certain place, but I mean, unless you basically cover and like a square mile outside of your base. This unit was so fucking tough. You could just unburrow as close as possible, walk in there, take, turret shots, grenades, rocket launchers, whatever you wanted to do, and they probably couldn't kill you before they could just destroy your command center, even if you had a fucking mammoth tank.
Did you guys ever have the chance to play CNC Generals?
Yes, I actually was going to bring that up. I really like that series.
I was going to say that was a good, like, Red Alert was a good spinoff, but CNC Generals was great in the early 2000s, especially.
Yeah, actually really fond memories of, like, my PC gaming early days, like sitting in my buddy's basement playing Command and Conquer Generals on land while listening to Kashmir by Led Zeppelin. Like, Generals was a lot of fun, dude. It was really cool.
I never did get into that one.
Graphically, I remember too. It was just light years.
It was
ahead
really
of
good for its
saw.
time. It was super detailed. You could like zoom in and see individual soldiers, like individual bullets and shit. It was crazy. It was nuts.
On the topic of RTSs, have either of you guys had a chance to play Age of the Empires 3?
I was never into the Age of Empires style RTSs when I was younger, so I never really got.
So you don't like advancing through the ages and that kind of bullshit.
I played Civ.
Empire Earth, Age of Empires. I was more in the Blizzard crowd. I like Warcraft.
Empire
I like
Earth,
StarCraft.
man, that was a good game.
That was a good game with a lot of flaws. My main memory of that game, because my brother was really into those. He was playing it and playing some campaign versus a computer, and he just got up. Like I was, since the computer was in the same room as like all our consoles, I was sitting there playing something or other, probably Smash Bros.
Your basement in Boonville, I take it, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and he just got
First
up.
time I ever saw Diablo 1 was in that basement.
And he just got up, and I was like, I looked over, and the game wasn't paused. I'm like, you gonna play your game? He's like, no, I'm gonna run to the store real quick, grab a soda or something. I was like, you just gonna leave it running? It's like, oh yeah, it's covered. It's like, what? He's like, yeah. I have like 6 airfields and bombers with nukes, and I just have the attack pattern set to the middle of the enemy's civilization, the middle of the enemy's area, and they'll just basically automatically just fly in, nuke the closest thing, fly back, get another nuke, fly back in.
That really was the secret to Empire Earth, was the air attacks.
He had nukes for offense, and he had like fucking walking laser mechs just patrolling his entire fucking civilization. He's like, yeah, there's literally nothing they can do to me. I'm just waiting for the game to finish. So he just literally left for like 20 minutes while the game played itself. I'm like, there's a problem.
Reminds me of that guy you played against Killer Instinct at the arcade back in the early 90s.
Oh, who would put in his like fucking 90-hit combo and then just stand there with his arms crossed, not even
just watching you getting fucked in the ass.
And you're just like, can I do anything about this?
Combo!
And you're like, you actually asked me, is there anything I can do about this? Like, if you knew a combo breaker, you've already missed your chance to do it. Great. I don't even know how to do that. I didn't know that was a thing.
There's the combo breaker?
He's like, yeah, I'll tell you how to do it, but it's not going to help you because they're hard to do.
Fucking Pocket Change arcade, man. A lot of good times there. I remember playing Killer Instinct. Dude, I remember back when you could only play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 for the NES in the arcade because it was only an arcade game.
Oh, yeah. I remember begging your mom when we were little kids to go
just
to
in the most elaborate
every
ways
time.
too.
Oh yeah, we had attack plans and we had strategies and backup strategies.
Plan A's through C, like D.
And she had no problem just shooting down every one of them.
Yeah, just laughing at us.
There's always a game at Pocket Change I could never remember the name of. It was a fighting game. And it had, like, you could chop off each other's limbs and you could decapitate each other. And if you knew how to decapitate the opponent with your character, it was literally a one-shot kill. Like, you could just start the match, pop their head off, and you'd win. And you could, like, knock off their arm, and then they're like, they couldn't use some attacks. They only had one arm, and you could chop off a leg, and they'd have to hobble around on one leg and shit. I could never remember the game. It's called, like, Chrono Warriors, or...
I have no idea.
It was
I've
like...
never
it
heard
was
of
like
that before, but it sounds like a
ridiculous
ton
fighting
of fun.
game. It was such a ridiculous fighting game. It is the best thing.
Man, I really want to play that now. I mean, it sounds really unbalanced, but still just...
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you knew how to decapitate, you could basically just walk in and kill somebody. But the fact is, like, almost nobody actually knew how to play the game. So you just put in a quarter, and another dude put in a quarter, and you just be on the controls, and you might chop off a limb or two here and there.
I still maintain that the single best arcade cabinet I've ever played is the Simpsons arcade game.
Agreed.
When they released that on Xbox Live, day one.
Oh, dude, day one buy.
Day one buy for me too. Yeah, I've been waiting years and years and years for that to come out. I always wanted to see it.
I just happened to have friends over when another friend of mine told me online that had just come out, and I'm like, excuse me, I'll be back. And I'm like, hey, everybody, we're doing something else now.
Yeah, like in a really serious way.
What are
Like,
you doing? What are you talking about? Simpsons arcade games on Xbox Live.
every single good arcade memory I have is playing that fucking game. Like,
I've been on the market for a cabinet of that for so many years.
it would be crazy, dude, to actually see one go on sale.
I even had the best. Personally, I had the best experience with it because I had just. This is like not too long after Evo happened that year, and I bought a fight stick, so I played that shit on an arcade stick.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it.
Oh, I'm so jealous, you son of a bitch.
There was 4 of us. I had an arcade stick. Fuck all y'all. It was the best.
So who do you guys play as when you play Simpsons Arcade?
Homer?
Bart. I play Bart.
I'm always all about Marge because she has.
Yeah, I remember that you always played Marge.
Dude, vacuum cleaners, dude. What you know about house cleaning?
What you know about a vacuum cleaner to the face?
Who do you think had the best combination attack?
Bart and Lisa.
Yeah, that shit's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd agree. Bart and Lisa. Homer.
What a good game.
Homer and Marge had a really good one too, though. Where they rolled around.
I remember.
Oh
Bart,
yeah, the giant
Bart
ball.
and Homer and Lisa are the 2 worst.
Yeah, because Bart and Homer, literally Bart just jumps on his back, and one of you controls moving, and one of you controls attacking. I think you just do a little bit more
Waste
damage.
of time.
Yeah, you basically, Bart and Lisa are really good, because don't they, like, jump rope, or what is it they do?
Lisa
What
has.
do they do?
What I think like Lisa hops on the skateboard with Bart and whips fools with her jump rope. Or something.
Yeah. And then Homer and Marge is where they jump together and do like some sort of Looney Tunes roll. Yeah, which that one's super good.
Yeah, it is.
That one's a screen clear. You just roll into enemies left and right.
God, that I gotta say, Simpsons Arcade, maybe my favorite beat 'em up. Probably my favorite beat 'em up.
Oh,
Seems
it's up
like a
to
pretty
I don't know. I think my favorite beat 'em up.
Josh was like, Godhead.
No, Godhead's not a proper beat 'em up in that style. Godhead's like a brawler. My favorite beat 'em up is probably King of Dragons, just because I played so much of it.
And you paid $80 for it.
Had to get my money out of it. It's a good damn game.
Played until the cartridge melted.
You know what was good too is Turtles in Time.
Turtles
Hell
in Time
yeah.
Oh, my toe!
Hell
My toe!
Yeah.
Oh, my toe! My toe! I will never forget that soundbite as long as I live.
Pizza time.
Oh, God,
yeah. I want pizza!
That's my
P-I-Z-Z-A.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Right,
that
you guys
worked out way too well.
Speaking of beat 'em ups, you guys ever play Battle Circuit?
No, I
I
can't
thought
say
you were going to say Toads. You didn't say Toads.
No. Battle Circuit had some of the weirdest characters in it. One of the characters is basically Captain Commando. If you ever played like Marvel 2 or the actual Captain Commando game. He's some dude with like blonde hair and like a cyber suit. You could light people on fire, and he's kind of like a modern Captain America. Then you had a plant, like a giant walking Venus flytrap, and he was a grappler character. So there's one thing he could do where he could grab people and eat them and turn them into eggs, and the eggs would turn into food. There was a little girl riding an ostrich with an eye patch.
What?
The ostrich had an eye. It was like this.
Oh, the ostrich had the eye patch.
More
I was
little
gonna say,
girls
like-
should only have one eye.
It was like this bright pink ostrich with an eye patch with skull and crossbones on it. It had like a mohawk and shit. And I think she was called like Death Ostrich.
This game sounds really fucking weird, dude.
And
I'm
then
not
she
gonna
had
lie
the-
about it.
There was some weird tiger girl, and yeah, I don't know. I usually only ever played Captain Commando and the Ostrich Girl. They had
What system did you say this was for?
It was an arcade game. It was an arcade beat 'em up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they had like you could like get money and then unlock abilities, and like some of them were like Street Fighter type motions. Like I think Captain Commando, not Captain Commando guy, had like a Shoryuken he could do.
Sure, you
And-
can.
Yeah, there's just some funny ass shit you can do in that game. Was
So speaking of
crazy
arcade
good.
games, do you guys remember back in the day they always had that one it was like a white and black arcade machine that had holograms? Did you guys
Nope.
ever see that back in the day?
Nope.
Does not ring a bell.
What
It's
about
not-
this one? Did you ever play the Willow arcade game?
I played the NES game. Is it the same?
I imagine it probably is. I've never played the NES title, but I can't imagine they're too fucking different. I mean, it's Willow. Come on. It's like the greatest IP ever that nobody knows about.
I always wanted to play Warwick Davis.
Man, yeah, Willow, that is a
Willow,
blast from
you
the past.
idiot! Like, oh man.
I haven't
know
seen
that
that movie since like the early '90s.
I know I have
think
not
after-
seen that in ages.
I'm gonna watch that after we're done with the podcast.
I think I might have to see if I can find it somewhere.
Get your hands on a copy of it.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie, oh man. Fucking Val
It's
Kilmer,
like
right?
Ghostbusters with a midget. I mean, little person.
Val Kilmer's in
I mean,
that
dwarf.
shit. Oh man.
I mean, what?
Val Kilmer's in it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Val Kilmer.
Dude, did you ever meet the Mr. Sweeney from our high school?
Yeah, well, he was when my sister was there. Yeah.
Dude, Val Kilmer stole his girlfriend when he was like in his 20s.
Well, I mean, it's Val Kilmer. It makes sense.
He was like, I guess he was like been with this chick for like a year, and Val Kilmer was at some kind of acting situation that him and his girlfriend were at, and his girlfriend totally banged Val Kilmer and fucking left him.
Well, I mean, it's Val Kilmer. I can't say I'd do anything different in that situation.
That's a
I'm
story.
your Huckleberry.
That's a story
Okay.
right there.
Dude, Tombstone classic, best Doc Holiday ever.
It's true. It's true.
I
It's
really
a
like
great
Val
movie.
Kilmer and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh my God, that should have been Robert Downey Jr.'s comeback. Not that we're getting completely off topic for the second
Oh, yeah.
time episode.
It's all
Something,
good.
something, Magic the Gathering, something.
Speaking of Magic the Gathering,
No, stop.
Oh no, I do have one last piece of news. And this
what is it, Josh? What is
this
it?
is important. It's important. It's important, and a lot of people are gonna care.
Everyone will.
The Miiverse will now support hashtags.
You're off the team.
Boom, there
You're
it is.
off the fucking team, dude. Nobody cares about hashtags, YOLO's.
Wah,
No, it's
wah,
420.
wah.
No. Hold on. Jonathan, it's not just hashtags. It's on the Wii U.
Oh
No
shit!
shit.
It's on the Wii U. For real? I'm gonna buy a Wii U to use hashtags.
Dude, that you know that's just what the meetings are like. These Americans need hashtags. So Wii U. Oh man.
What is
Hashtag
trending?
Trending.
Ladies and gentlemen, on that bombshell, we will be ending this episode of the Zock Gaming Podcast. You can reach us at zockgamingpodcast@gmail.com.
Send
Did you get it right
them
this
dick
time?
pics.
But did you get it right this time? I wasn't listening.
Oh yeah, he did it right. He got it. It was on the
Let
money.
me try that again. zockgamingpodcast@gmail.com. Anyways, this was episode, I think, 7. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think it was episode 7. And joining me, as always, has been Donovan of No Clip Gaming
See you later, guys.
and Josh of Misery.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for watching.